Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Space Race. This is actually the production copy. This was a Kickstarter last year, successfully funded. I did a review of the original prototype and actually was sent a production copy, which is super cool. And then I was sent along Space Race Interkosmos, which is live on Kickstarter now, and essentially an expansion for the original game. I suspect they'll do a combo version. And actually, the original game, this is the game and the expansion. It was sort of cool. There were these dividers in here, and it said something about removing the dividers for sleeved cards. But actually, by removing them, I was able to get the game and the expansion in there, which is cool. And it has this pretty sweet wooden first-player marker, which is neat. So, Space Race, for those who haven't played, is this really complex and dense card game. And it has a lot of icons and a lot of different things going on, but all of the mechanics layer on each other and work. You're sort of drafting from the universe, and then with some rules, and then playing to your lab, and then moving from your pulling to your hand, playing to the lab, moving the lab into your sort of tableau or play area, and a lot of interesting dynamics come around from it. Very dense, though. Check out how to play. This is not that simple. The artwork is incredible, and it's based on all of these different countries and their space, space race or space technologies, or like NASA, whatever they call that in different countries. So, space institutions, whatever. In Interkosmos, a couple things happen. One, they've added China, and China is the 5th player. Works just fine. It's a standard deck of player cards, but with China back on it. So there you go. There's China. So having a 5th player is a nice sort of standard expansion thing, and it works. Then there's also a number of universe cards, or the main play cards, that are added, and they're cool. You know, they have a couple little neat little mechanics and icons they use, but by and large, it's just more content and more current, interesting sort of, they move the timeline forward. So all of those work. Again, once you mix them in and start playing, it's even hard to distinguish what wasn't there and what is there, because it blends really well, which I think is the objective. The last piece, though, the most impactful piece, I think, is the achievements. So there's this new system of achievements, and you get a bunch of them. And what you're going to be doing is they come in different. There's the agency level achievements, the card type achievements, and the miscellaneous achievements, and they all are pretty basic. And I'm sure there might be a little refinement as it goes to final, but this is actually what a lot of the game looks like. But basically, you're going to select a couple from each set and lay them out for all players. The way these works is they're just game objectives that you're working towards, like be the first to have 3 satellite cards, or rocket cards, or whatever their appropriate names are, or 4 of the blue, or not 4, but hitting influence of 4, and they're just, everyone can work towards it, except that on your turn, if you want to take it, you have to put a card there to symbolize that's what you're doing. It works. I like them a lot because they actually, in some ways, are easier to understand than some of the complexities of the original game. It's sort of like, I need 3. It's like set collection. So I think it's a nice component that gets added in, and in many ways, perhaps something you might even explain first. To be like, oh, hey, look, if you got 3 of these, you're going to get that achievement. Oh, okay. Then you get to the more layered details of the game, and you can watch my original visual, or even better yet, a full how to play to really appreciate the game. In a nutshell, though, that's the expansion. If you like Space Race, it's more. If you haven't played Space Race, I think you should check it out. Check out the how to play, maybe see if you can get a copy of the actual shipped game. The other interesting thing they've done is they've added scenarios, which I think they started in the other one, but more in the expansion. And what they do is they give you a different setup to simulate some of the different races that were going on across the different nations. It's a nice addition to the game, though it's still pretty much the same game, just with some nuances of play. But cool. So, again, this is very much an expansion that just gives you another player, adds some more cards, one more interesting mechanic, which I think works well and has a good entry point to it, and then some more of those scenarios. You have to sort of pull some things out, but it still fits in the box, which I think is really awesome for the original, and definitely worth checking out. So subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.